Hey guys, Cyberfly here, and in today's video I've got just what you were waiting for, and that is the top 5 operators for the ranks copper to low gold. I'm sure that if you clicked on this video you're probably stuck in the lower ranks and don't quite know what operators are best for you, and my goal by the end of this video is to change that around and make sure that you know exactly who to pick. If you guys find this video helpful, please consider subscribing, and if you want to go one step beyond my expectations, be sure to drop a like. And today's question of the day is, when did you start playing Siege? Leave your answer in the comments down below. Anyway, now I think it's time that we get into the best operators that you can pick to help you get out of the lower ranks in Rainbow Six Siege. Before I start off the list, I want to say that this is in no particular order and will include both attackers and defenders. And if you do want me to make a top 5 specifically for attackers and defenders, let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you do disagree with any of the statements I make in this video, be sure to confront me in the comments. I will be sure to reply and will be happy to hear your reasonings. Jumping straight into number 5, I have to give it to Frost. She is the trap queen and she strives in the lower ranks. You won't see her being played too often, but whenever she is played, she always does her job at annoying the shit out of attackers. Reason being is that in the lower ranks, people almost never go and look specifically for her traps, and when hidden well enough, they will almost certainly go and run into one of them. It has happened to me before, even when they are in plain sight, but trust me, so many people overlook her frost mats even when they know a frost is being played. And I know that sounds crazy, but trust me, it's true. People have had games lost because someone does not call out a frost mat or even walk straight into one that was placed behind the door. Loadout is not bad. Her SMG is a little slower fire rate, but has good damage and a 1.5 scope, which many including myself love. She also brings a shotgun secondary, which is great for making rotates and other such things when a smoke, mute or other shotgun operators are not being played. For how you need to place her traps, I would recommend bringing the deployable shield and set that on a door. Then you can either place the frost mat behind it, or if you want to hide it better and have a less chance of having it shot out, then I recommend placing it on the right or left sides of a door. Her only real counter is the attacker's situational awareness, which usually is not the best in lower ranks. Also, if they know that there is a frost mat somewhere behind a shield or window, they can always shoot it while jumping through. For the next operator, I'm gonna give it to Thermite. He is a very easy operator which needs very little understanding to play. However, if you want to strive with him, you gotta understand that he is best played alongside another key operator, which I'll get into later on in the video. Also, you have to have a well coordinated team when using a Thermite, since there are many counters which I'll get into in a minute. If you need to find a team, there will be a card at the top right of your screen where you can watch a video on finding the best teammates to form a 5-stack. Now, when playing Thermite, it is crucial that you have someone covering you when placing down your charges. This is because you are very vulnerable to anyone, since you can't shoot or move unless you cancel the animation, which takes half a second, which in most cases is enough to get you thrown into the Shadow Realm. He does have a claymore which is useful if you're solo queuing, but having someone watching you is always better than an immobile explosive. His loadout consists of a great assault rifle which has the 2.0 scope, which is very likable, and the weapon is pretty good overall too. His secondaries are the same as the rest of the American operators, minus the super shorty that Castle has. He has flashbangs and a claymore, and you're gonna have to decide what is best for you. However, a general rule that you can go by is that you should bring claymores if you're solo queuing and the flashes if you're in a squad. Countering him, as I said earlier on, is not the hardest thing. Bandit, Cade and Mute can all disable the charge in one way or another, so bringing an operator such as Thatcher is almost essential. Well, that is if he's not banned like he usually is in every single ranked game. So if you're lucky enough to be on attack and the other team did not ban a Thatcher, be sure to bring Thatcher or have one of your teammates pick him up. Before I tell you guys what other operators are great picks, I want to let you guys know that content creation is my childhood dream job, and so if you guys want to help me achieve that dream, then it would make my day if you drop a subscription on my channel. Currently, only 3.8% of you guys are actually subscribed to my YouTube channel, so subscribing helps out so much more than you can ever imagine, and I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2021, so again, subscribing would really help out. By subscribing, I am offering you a bunch of content all based around helping you improve at the game, and a couple other things. Now, enough rambling, and let's get into what operator you should be picking to rank up. So, for the next operator, I would highly recommend a Thatcher, but the problem with that is that he gets banned almost every ranked game, as I said before, so I find it hard to recommend him right now. Overall, I would say he is a must pick if he is not banned, but given that he is most times, I would switch him with a Twitch. Twitch can do just what Thatcher can do, however, she is almost never banned, and can do the job very well. She gets silver shock drones, which are incredible when used properly, so don't waste them shocking the defenders for 1 HP, since you will have your team screaming at you in every way possible. The way you use her drone is by trying to take out utilities such as bandit charges, mute jammers, and kite electric claws. Another important note is that you probably want to save her drone at the start of the prep phase, rather than going into sight with it. Twitch has a really good weapon, the F2, however the recoil is something to keep in mind. It is not easy and will have you dragging your mouse down a lot, or your controller sticks down, more than usual, which can be intimidating intimidating at first, but you will get used to it the more you play. I would recommend using the muzzle brake on her, since it almost eliminates the kick that the first bullet has, which is quite prominent to say the least. For her secondaries, I would say it's personal preference, but I would rather the P9 than the LFP, aka the revolver. The only real way to counter a Twitch drone is either to shoot it out, or if the person using Twitch is dumb enough to get it mute jammed. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have Capcan, and just like Frost, he is also a trap operator. I would say that he is good for the same reason that Frost is. He brings his explosive traps and delivers a whole 51 points of damage to anyone who walks into them. What makes him so special is the fact that his traps are so much smaller than Frost traps, which make them harder to see, and the laser is invisible, so there is a very high chance of people walking into them. A tip for him, which I highly recommend you follow, is that you should always place his traps as low as possible on the door, as it is less common for a player to see compared to if you have it at head or body level. To ensure this, make sure that whenever you go to place down a trap, your crosshair level is as low as it can go on the door frame until the prompt goes away to place a trap. He brings a great loadout with his SMG, dealing a fair bit of damage, and his shotgun being a sub version of the LS Shotty. He also arguably has one of the best, if not the best pistol in the game, the PMM. And for the GSH, we don't talk about that here. Countering him is not the hardest thing. All you do is shoot them, or use a jamming operator such as Thatcher, as long as the operators know that there is a Capcan. However, don't think it's all that easy, because finding those traps will almost never be at the top of your mind, so you will likely walk into one eventually. Consider this, and a lower ranked player will almost never think to look for a Capcan trap. In fact, it's rare. Now for our final operator on this list, I have to give it to Sledge. Sledge brings with him his hammer, which you could also think of as 25 breach charges, since that's essentially what it does, breaches walls. However, it does it better, since you can destroy a lot of utility as well with a hammer. This includes Maestro cams, barbed wire with one hit, and a couple more. Also, you can use him alongside Maverick after he Maverick tricks a wall, and you can use the hammer to open the soft breach that Maverick made. This eliminates the need for an Ash using one of our Ash charges, or another operator risking to get shot in the legs while placing a breach charge on a wall. Overall, Sledge is so easy to use and understand that I would recommend him for new people. When looking at his loadout, he brings alongside the L8, which is a great assault rifle, which deals a good amount of damage with minimal recoil. Again, a benefit for the new players. On the other hand, one of his secondaries is the SMG-11, which is a very good weapon as long as you can control the recoil. And let me tell you, that is not easy, but the weapon is really good. He also has frag grenades, which I guess speak for themselves, but for anyone unaware, they are amazing for so many different purposes, such as getting kills, destroying utility, baiting, and more. At this point, I would talk about how to counter him. However, nothing really comes to mind. His gadget is not one you place or leaves his body, so I'm not really sure if there is a counter for him, other than the fact that he is vulnerable when the hammer is in his hands, as he can't shoot, and putting it away takes about half a second. So that rounds it up for this video. To summarize the operators we chose, we spoke about Frost, Thermite, Twitch, Capcan, and Sledge. If you want to see videos specifically for the top 5 attackers and defenders, let me know by posting a comment down below. But that's gonna be it from me today. I hope you enjoyed, and peace out.